they say how the presidency ages everyone. Apparently, it has aged Don Jr. worse than his dad. I mean, in fairness to Don Jr., his dad always looked like shit. So, what are you going to do? But and look at this weird little screen. And there's a picture of him and Kimberly. And there's a cube, like a picture cube. And there's his dad. And there's, I don't know, playing cards, some sort of giant prescription bottle. This is the award. There's a little award on the shelf. World's tightest ass. I don't know why. It's a very small one. It's the only award you have to prove you deserve by smuggling it out of the room. And then these are pictures from trips. And this is, of course, their plan for world domination. And then there's just a bunch of fucking cords he couldn't be bothered to clean up. Billionaires, am I right? Billionaires, don't billionaires have staff to fucking look? We can't all live like people in the Pottery Barn catalog. You know that, right? Because there are no people in the Pottery Barn catalog. We can't all live like Steve Martin in No Murders in the Building. At best, most of us can just hope for Martin Short's apartment. If you've been watching that, his looks lived in. Steve's looks like an ad that like they're always trying to sell the apartment out from under him. Bruce Wayne has staff, exactly. Right? Yeah, real billionaires do. Touché. Uh-oh, they're on to me. Guys, you think there's a guy at the end of that finger? Pull my finger for the truth. This is stupid. Ew!
Want to know how to get rid of your toe fungus for good? Then you must see this. A top medical doctor shows a 53-year-old woman who suffered from toenail fungus for over 12 years his all-natural way to regrow healthy nails and reclaim
it's still on, I'm not looking.
In record time.
Oh, get out of here with the skip ad. Okay, here we go.
Okay, guys.
I
haven't posted much in the last...
Guys, I haven't posted much in the last few because I've had basically enough blow to get me through for a couple of weeks. But I just got new orders from the Heritage Foundation and the Koch brothers. I posted it just to the side of my monitor or wherever his phone is mounted so I can read this shit as if it's an original thought.
2 weeks or so, because candidly what's going on is pretty depressing. As an American...
Uh-oh. Candidly, what's going on is pretty depressing. Don't threaten me with a good time.
And as a patriot, watching our country go to hell in a handbasket because of Democrat stupidity is amazing. But it is, every once in a while, nice to see someone like Josh Hawley, senator, go after clowns like General Milley and Defense Secretary Austin and call them out to their faces that they should resign.
Yeah, why? Well, I mean, what do you think? They invented political posturing against the military? I mean, we looked at Gates' statement. I'm sure you'll show us something from Hawley's statement. Who gives a shit? You can't make him resign. There's no reason for him to resign. Is posturing assholes are nothing new to the Beltway.
Listen to what Josh has to say, and I'll be back with some commentary because...
Well, I don't doubt it. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to even be able to interpret what Josh Hawley has to say without your help.
There's a lot to be said about it.
I just want to say this.
Just want to say this. When I gave the fist up to the rioters before they trampled one of their own to death and built a gallows on the Capitol grounds and stormed through the halls, threatening to shoot Nancy Pelosi, AOC, and hang Mike Pence.
Seems to me that you put a high priority on making sure that you were favorably portrayed by the DC press corps. You spent a lot of time doing that. Fair enough if that's your priority, but at the same time...
Well, it presents facts, not evidence, and what they're going by is the book Peril, which their staff read for them picked pieces out. And the opening, by the way, I showed you guys, I read Peril all the way through. The first chapter, it's like flash forward to in the book. It goes to the January 6th stuff, and then it kind of backdates to the election process and goes through it. And like the first 30 pages or something, when they released copies, everybody just started talking immediately about the first 10 pages or something. If you read the rest of it, it's abundantly clear that it is boringly normal, even in its, in him, pushing sort of the patriotic image of what he was trying to do or his belief systems. I don't know the man, so I can't tell you which is which. But I've read a lot of political books about the Carter administration, the Reagan administration, the Nixon, Kennedy, those times. It all sounds like the same shit. It's like Woodward writes books with like refrigerator poetry from all the president's men.
We had a rapidly deteriorating, frankly, disastrous situation in Afghanistan, which resulted in...
Yeah, it was rapidly deteriorating for years.
Death of 13 soldiers, including one from my home state. It's hundreds of civilians and hundreds of Americans left behind. And in my view, that mission can't be called a success in any way, shape, or form, logistical or otherwise.
Well, 124,000 people out in a couple of weeks, and all while being hamstrung by the Trump administration, who gutted the SIV program, so it all had to be rushed in 3 months, lest our soldiers start getting fired upon, which were our priority, obviously, by the Taliban, because that was the deal that Trump made.
You should resign. Secretary Austin, I think you should resign. I think this...
I think pointing and saying you should resign is really the only way I can get on the cover of the St. Louis Gazette or Herald or whatever the fuck they have. I got to make political gestures because I know I'm being photographed. How's the hair? Tight?
Was a catastrophe. I think there's no other way to say it, and there has to be accountability. I respectfully submit it should begin with you.
Well, Josh Hawley is right.
That was it? That's the thing? That's the slam? Guys, Josh Hawley is right. He's right. This... hold on. I need to go back to his... I was surprised. I thought there would be more.
Submit it should begin with you.
Well, Josh Hawley is right. I mean, he's actually...
Dude, you had to read Josh Hawley is right off your paper? Look at that shit. Watch when he comes back in. He's looking down. He's reading. What do I think about this spontaneously?
Hawley is right.
See that? Look at that shit. Look at him watch. How do you... All right. So I play a clip. Whatever the fuck it is. And let's say I go away and come back instead of being present on the screen. Do you think I'm going to, and the crux of what I'm going to say, do you think I'm going to need to check? Where the fuck? Why are you not looking at the camera? That's all this is. It's a vlog. The fuck else is going on? Nothing. This is, we see this all the time with him. It's a regular thing. Josh Hawley's hair looks like it's fiberglass. Simmer. I don't know. But watch how he's just reading what is supposed to be his, his immediate reaction.
Submit it should begin with you.
Well, Josh Hawley is right. I mean, he's actually speaking truth to power, right? We hear about that a lot.
Speaking truth to power, motherfucker. He is the power. He's in the Senate. What are you talking about, speaking truth to power? He's not calling on the Biden administration to fire him. That's not what he did. He didn't go over there, knock on the White House door. I demand to see the president and he should fire Milley. That would be sort of speaking truth to power. He's got oversight. He is the power in that situation. He's on the fucking committee. Yeah, it's just grandstanding bullshit.
truth to power, right? We hear about that a lot, but a general who has time to speak to numerous authors on background, off the record, so they can massage the narrative, but not actually explicitly be called out, so that they can.
Most of the time, you're not going to be explicitly called out, I don't think.
The record, so they can massage the narrative, but not actually explicitly be called out.
Yeah,
so
if
that they can position themselves favorably.
I've never been afraid to call someone out explicitly, but
and so they can get a better board seat later on, when they retire. That's why we
or resign. Why don't you resign and get a better board seat? What the fuck are you talking about?
These never-ending wars to begin with.
Dude wants to be a career military guy. Basically wants to die in the uniform and serve forever. Yeah, he's looking for that next gig. So why won't he resign and go to that next gig?
These guys could get on a board.
Dude, and why is Don Jr. constantly haunted by two little bunnies? The ghost of the little bunnies hop around my head. They say what I'm saying isn't what I'm really saying, but I say it anyway. Hey, bunnies, my little bunnies, follow me around. They live in a hole under the ground, and they only come out when I don't understand what's going on. Little bunny, fuck you. Little bunny, fuck you.
Themselves favorably again, so they can get a better board seat later on, when they retire. That's why we've been in these never-ending wars to begin with. So that
dude, it fucking ended. You can't call it a never-ending war. I'll tell you why. Look, it never ended when your dad was in charge. You fucking tool. Trump could have ended it. He could have ended. He ran on ending these never-ending wars, right? And he couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. He could not do it. Biden ended it. We're not in Afghanistan anymore. And this, it's like the Raytheon argument you keep hearing from fucking the Turks and all those folks. Well, Biden got us the fuck out. Those people, the military-industrial complex wants us to stay in Afghanistan. Well, we're not. So give the dude fucking credit. Give Biden credit for getting us the fuck out. And this asshole's still calling it a never-ending war. We're not there anymore.
You guys could get on a
board. Oh my God, the little bunnies. Little bunny, fuck you.
Raytheon, exert power, make...
Look at this. You had to look down to make sure it was Raytheon. I didn't want to say Rayon again. It's embarrassing. It's, everybody, the military industrial, companies get them board things like rayon and other alternatives to cotton.
Okay? Our generals are not the best war fighters, and they never were. They are...
Yes, welcome to the CCP talking points portion of every Don Jr. video.
Best bureaucrats. So it's awesome to see Josh.
Look at him reading. It's awesome. He has to read. It's awesome to see Josh Hawley. Look at this shit. Look at that. It's written. Whatever he's reading is right down here. And again, this is a 4-minute and 21-second video. He's looked at his notes. What? And by the way, this wasn't a live. Right? This wasn't something he couldn't edit later. This was put together. He did this. He could have done a couple of takes, used the best one. Maybe he did. Maybe this is just the shit you get. But
call them out, right? The same general that could not have seen
little bunny fuck you. Little bunny fuck you.
It's coming.
Dude, does he get paid by the air quotes? Is that how this works? Did he air quote 17 times as a wink and a nod to the cues?
Had no idea that the Taliban could possibly take over in 11 days.
doogie, bunny rabbit, seal hands, bunny rabbits. Fucking, what kind of, like, toddler hypnosis book has he been reading?
Has plenty of time to speak to guys like Bob Woodward. Okay?
Your dad spoke to Bob Woodward. You know what he did? Like, while the pandemic was going on, you know what he told him? He always downplays it, even though he knows it's deadly. And he also knew it was way more deadly than the flu, even though he was lying in public. Your dad had plenty of fucking time while he was president of the United States to talk to Bob Woodward. And by the way, anyone who would throw a mic and a pen in front of him
to position himself.
This is good. This is good still. This is solid.
Really favorably for the future. He could be written about. There's plenty of time to that and other authors. Plenty of time to want to learn about.
Grown man. Shit. This is, I mean, he's going for the record. I don't know if we're going to make it tonight. I think the current record holder is a 15-year-old girl who was having an argument with her parents. I think it was in Muncie, Indiana. It may have been a suburb of Colorado. We'll have to check. I'll call my people from Guinness, get them on the phone. But tonight, live, we are getting to see the world record. Maybe crushed today. Ladies and gentlemen, Don Jr. going for the world record in the number of air quotes in one shit vlog.
White rage, and probably teach critical race theory.
Yeah, this has been a talking point since fucking June.
In the military, right? They had plenty of time for that. What they didn't have time for is what's actually going on in the ground in Afghanistan. Remember?
Well, right? Sorry. Remember what? I remember that your dad ran on getting us out of Afghanistan and couldn't. Didn't. I mean, obviously could have, but he couldn't. He would have, but he didn't. He had a great plan. He never used it, so it can remain a dream of the perfect plan forever. Nothing fucks up the fantasy of the perfect plan like actually seeing it and watching it implemented in reality. Because there's all those strange little things that happen in life that foobar the whole. I mean, it was perfect. It was a perfect plan. Can't we just leave it perfect? Let it remain perfect forever. Like when you open a jar of peanut butter and you take it out. Yeah, is that peanut butter full of delicious creaminess and also protein and perhaps if it's the kind I like, crunchy style? Sure. But look how smooth the top of it is. Do you really want to take that knife and plunge it in there and ruin the whole thing? You kind of do. You want to be the first person to do it. Nobody wants to be second.
Our toddlers probably could have seen this coming. Pretty much anyone who's read the news probably could have seen this coming. Certainly.
See what coming? That we're getting out?
Any soldier on the ground could have seen this coming. And yet, General Milley, Secretary of Defense...
Sorry, what the soldiers on the ground saw was that the generals over them and the commanders were painting a rosier picture than reality for years. Our toddlers. He means him and Kimberly's, I guess, or his family's, whatever. Yeah.
Austin, they probably couldn't have seen this coming. It's hard to believe. They have no intention of resigning. So they had plenty of time to speak to partisan hacks to make themselves look good.
Go back to your notes. Go back to the whole they had time to talk to.
Sure, there are future board seats.
I may have jumped the gun on 5 eggs. It's entirely possible. We don't give it out twice in a day. It makes it less special.
What they didn't have time for is to figure out what's going on in the ground. So he speaks to plenty of authors. But now, guys,
look at the dude. Why do you have to read that part? Again, why do you need notes for a video like this at all? But also, why? I mean, I understand. Like, what was the number of troops that we had specifically there, the number of people left behind, what's the actual number? How many people have we gotten out? It's like 85 people left. They're all in the process of getting out. The Taliban's making arrangements for commercial flights to go in and out of Kabul, and the safety of those particular people is the defining factor of that. So, of course, it's going to happen. But like those kind of numbers, you might go, how many people in the embassy? We had 5,000 people or 4,000 people. What was it? You might want to look at that, check when you're doing a video like this. That's fine. Nobody's going to fault you for that. But these are supposed to be his general ideas on this.
To pretend that there's not blood on their hands, that these guys should continue, that people in our military have the utmost faith in these leaders. Again, best bureaucrats, not the best warfighters. They had no idea.
We weren't at war, fucko. We weren't at war in Afghanistan. We were not. We haven't been at war in Afghanistan. We've been supporting the Afghan military, who was at war, in a civil war that they apparently were only fighting because they were being paid to fight. Your dad said as much. Everybody thought so. It was a general thought. But, you know, Biden was making that argument during the Obama administration. Nobody listened to him. Robert Gates said he's been wrong about this all along. Turns out he's been right about this all along. Trump's like, I knew it would fall apart as soon as we left. And those guys are only fighting because they're paid. And we pay them all the time. And we pay them more money than anybody who gets paid ever in the history of being paid. Oh.
Yeah, it was a total catastrophe. And they spent 20 years where they could have learned it. But they didn't.
Sorry, 20 years, 4 of which your fucking father was president, ran on getting out, and didn't. Why didn't your dad learn that in 4 years? Apparently your dad said he knew immediately that Ghani couldn't be trusted and the government was shit. So why didn't he act on it immediately? If it was always going to be that way, and that you ran on leaving, then fucking leave.
Because their eyes were off the ball. They were too busy trying to massage the press to make themselves look good, to position themselves for the future so that they can make money, because that's all this is, guys.
That's all it is. He's a career military guy. He's not leaving. Remember, the clip you showed was of the guy asking him to leave the military and go elsewhere, and he's not going to.
Big scam. If we actually had the best warfighters in there, we wouldn't have these problems, but we don't.
Well, your dad had 4 years to put the best warfighters in a position to fight the war that was the best war ever, right? Why didn't he? Why not? Why? 4 fucking years. He ran on getting out of Afghanistan. Why didn't he do it? Where are the best people? Milley was appointed by Trump. Seriously, where? At what point did something change between now and last year?
Generals that trade gossip.
Still fucking reading.
With Bob Woodward while Afghanistan burns. And they...
Dude, your dad was talking to Bob Woodward while a deadly virus was spreading through the nation that would kill 500,000 Americans, plus 580,000 up till November 3rd, whatever the number was. And then on through the rest of his presidency into January. Your dad talked to Bob Woodward while that was going on. Maybe if he hadn't been talking to Bob Woodward in January and February of 2020, he would have seen this coming, COVID, and would have taken more of a smarter approach to it, and perhaps he could have implemented his perfect plan.
Design. Josh Hawley absolutely nailed it with that quote, and he's 100% right. Now, that will never happen. There will be no accountability.
Yeah. You don't have to tell us. I mean, Josh Hawley, from a political standpoint, is a fart in a hurricane. I mean, if you're right next to it, it's a little irritating for a couple of seconds. But in the grand scheme of things, you can let it slide.
Because the media will protect them, because they'll get leaks and they'll get the inside scoop, and they'll, of course, protect Joe Biden while doing the opposite for the prior administration. We understand how.
Protect him from what? Oh, you mean protect Joe Biden's Afghanistan exit? But they're not going to protect your dad's Afghanistan exit? Oh, it's because there wasn't one. Right.
Works. But enough is enough, and we need more guys to step up, to speak out, and to fight back, or this stuff will destroy our country, and we're going to watch it go to hell in a handbasket.
Well, I'm glad they're putting
Okay,
it. I'm
guys.
glad they're putting it in a handbasket at least. I mean, well, I think I don't know that next time we do a video like this, I'm going to have to get a counter on screen that allows me to count how many air quotes he does. Just whatever the record ends up being from this, guys. And I guess going the concept of going to hell in a handbasket, it's a gentle ride. I will give him that. I mean, you could argue that Trump was trying to make America go to hell in a Handmaid's Tale, but at this point, we see the Don Jr. videos come up, and it's clear that he either is assigned these things, he's told he needs to get out and do these things as part of the campaign or something, or he gets paid by the super PAC for the videos themselves, which is probably more than likely what's happening. That part of his fun money is coming from being paid by the Trump Save America super PAC, and he only gets paid if he does these videos. And they tell him what to say. They give him an assigned statement. It's like a sponsorship, essentially. These are little sponsor spots. These are effectively ads crafted by the super PAC and the people who work with the Heritage Foundation and the Koch brothers that work with it. I mean, the only original thoughts are, I think air quotes will help. This is kind of extraordinarily weak stuff. We're seeing, you seem to be on a fade, Don.